Welcome back to JiuJitsupedia. Right now let's look at an arm lock from the mount. It's an old school arm lock that blocks your opponent from moving in 4 directions, north, south, east, and west. And again, it's one movement on my part that requires him to defend in a certain way that then opens up a number of opportunities for me to attack. So from the mount, I have my knees close together. I'm not riding on my opponent. If I'm reducing my weight on my opponent, anytime he moves, he effectively moves me. So bridge up, he effectively moves me. So I want my thighs on his rib cage tight together. I want my toes to get as close together as possible. I'm driving my heels to the ceiling, under his buttocks, very tight, but I'm off of my opponent. So if he bridges, it's just like I'm riding a horse. I can go with him. Now, my first attack is going to be a very loose lapel grip. Not all the way to the collar, but just very loose right here. And I'm simply going to roll my wrist and get him to defend. It's a very ugly position. It's right on the carotid artery, and it forces him to do exactly what he did. He starts to turn on his side to relieve the pressure. So it's very loose. Once I do this, his arm comes up. Now, I'm going to contain this with my body. I never want to grip the arm and keep it in a position, but I'm going to move my body around the arm that prevents him from beating it again. Loosen the lapel, rotate my wrist. His arm comes up. Now, this hand is going, this fist is going all the way onto the floor. I'm coming around. My knee is above his head, and my ankle is under his armpit. Now, from this position, he can no longer move north because my knee is right above his head. He can no longer move south because my heel is right under his armpit. He can't move into me because of my wrist and my hip here, and he can't move away because of this. So I have a choke, or I have my arm lock, which is I'm coming down for it here. I'm going to collect the wrist, and I can get the wrist to extend simply by doing this. See how the wrist extends? So if I want to collect the wrist, I'm not going to sit over and then worry about unwinding the arm. I'm going to lean in, take the wrist, and engage right here. So I'm leaning in, taking the wrist, and extending and pulling it out of its socket for my finish. And should he scramble out of this, I always have right back to the choke. So from here, I'm blocked in 4 directions. The knee is directly north of his head, not over to the side, but directly over his head. My groin is isolating the elbow. My heel is under the armpit. 4 directions, he's contained. If I want to collect the arm, I'm going to engage my hips under the arm, and I'm going to glue it to my chest. Once it's glued to my chest, then I'm going to extend it straight away for my finish. Old school arm lock from the mount.